uh, we was talking earlier. Have that roof leak there at the house. Louise, he got back with me and told him who I was and all that stuff. And I don't know. He said I see. So I guess that means he's going to go there and check it out. Uh,
Yeah, that's
oh,
that's a yes.
yeah. I figured it was. Uh, and that eye threw me off though. If I just saw C on there, I'd be like, yes, I know that. Um, but anyway, but anyway, it's got me thinking about it. You think I should refinance Bismarck? I need to because we're paying. We got a 7.57% interest rate right now on that damn thing. We're getting we're getting bent over and fucked on it.
Well, on a commercial rate,
But it's
it
not
look
commercial, right?
it is now.
We didn't
Once
ever
you re-
change anything through the bank. Was we
well,
supposed
but
to?
once you refinance, it will become commercial
Mm,
because that's not your primary home. What are you paying interest right now?
7.57.
Yeah, you'll probably be about eight something percent.
As much as interest rates have climbed down, is it just because it's commercial?
They're always well. There's a couple things. Your house, you're going through like a big mortgage company, and they've always got better rates than like a small bank conventional loan.
Yeah, well, this
Uh,
conventional loan, this adjustable rate is killing us because it never went down, just kept on going up.
oh yeah, they never go down. I ain't saying they never do, but they lock you in for the first 5 years. I just signed one on that property up in Auburn. They lock
Mm.
you in for 5 years. Well, that's good when you got low interest rate. But see, there's high interest rate right now, so it's about to go down. So I'm screwed for 5 years. Unless I refinance it. But for what I paid for that thing, it ain't worth it.
All right.
Uh, I think what I would probably do if I was you, I would probably wait till January
Okay.
and see what this interest rate does. Because even, I guess where I'm looking at it, and it might be two different goals of how I'm looking at it, but I'm thinking, okay, how many years you got left on that loan?
Probably what we do. Did I do a 20? No, you did a 20 for mom. I did a 15. Right,
Yeah, and how long you been there? 8 years, 10 years?
2018. So 8 years.
Yeah. So I'm just me personally thinking if went over there, zap some equity out of it, put it back on 15, and let's just say you walked out with the same payment and you started back over and you put 40 something thousand in your pocket and you take that 40,000, not like that house down there on Peyton or another house, or you just kept the 40 grand. But I wouldn't want the 40 grand unless I was going to buy
Do
something
something with it.
else. Yeah. And if you don't want to do nothing, then refinance the house, stretch it out on 15 years, and that'd be a $200 payment, for the next 15 years versus five or 600 for the next eight,
Well, it says it's going to stay $200 payment. When we originally started this home loan, our payment was 450 bucks a month. Now it's a minimum 538.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. You're only going to lock that interest in for 5 years
Yeah.
on a loan like that. Uh, mortgage companies are different. You can get locked in rate.
Well, that was my next question. Would that be an option? Is to shop around a little? Like I could use that mortgage broker from Bowling Green, that Tracy Heather Hawkins. I could use her.
Yeah, you're not going to be
Any better off?
well. I don't think you can. I could be wrong. I ain't no bank or nothing. But I don't think they let you have like them kind of multiple mortgages like that. I could be wrong. I need a professional banker to talk that part, but
Well, I mean, it's what you
I
got.
just, yeah, I mean, I've never tried it that way. Never tried to do the 30-year
Well, I'm not
loan through a
looking for a
mortgage.
30-year.
Well, I'm just saying, where you go through them mortgage companies. I don't know if they get into the
Yeah,
commercial loan stuff, because I think most of them are government backed to promote home ownership, not the predatory landlords, what we're called now.
predatory. I mean, I'm about to spend no telling how much money to fix this roof on this place, and it's a nice home. They couldn't get into a home for the price they're paying. So,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
know, the people that you rent to, I mean, hell, they couldn't get into the home. They couldn't get into a home for what they're paying for.
No, I try to keep all my stuff down low, and a lot of it is I bought so much stuff that I had way before COVID that I've had to go up some just because inflation, to get somebody to
Oh
work
yeah,
on
you
something
have to.
costs more. Um, Insurance has gone up, everything's kind of gone up. But if I'd have bought that stuff after COVID, I'd probably have to be up another 30% increase on my rent to make what I'm making now. If I even made what I made now, if I'd have bought it after COVID. So I am kind of fortunate there that even when I buy stuff now, it kind of you know I'm in so good on a lot other that I don't really have to jack the price up on stuff I buy today as much as some people will.
Well,
I just tell you, I think I'm gonna look at it tomorrow probably, but there's that house, and I don't know, it might be junk. There's one over on Peyton for 29 grand. It's a little rough house, but I was thinking, hell, if you went over and sucked 40 out of your house, and you could buy that 25, patch it up, and
oh, the house is
rent.
pretty rough. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know how rough it is on the inside.
Yeah.
And it might just be junk. It might just be worth tearing down. But there is some pretty good little cheaper houses that if you done that, you could pay for them and get you another $600 a month income. Which would help because then you're paying the same money and you're gaining $600.
Yeah.
And then if one person misses rent, well, you got two of them there, and that's just how you got to do it. It's all in the numbers, all in the numbers. So, and then you sit there and pay on that for a little bit.
Well, another thing that I got to talk to Angie. Um my homeowner's insurance on Bismarck used to be less than $1,000. It was about $1,000 last year, um, maybe a little bit more. That damn thing's $2,200 now for a year. That's more expensive than the premium for this house.
That is a big jump.
Hell yeah, big fucking jump.
Yeah, I'm paying quite a bit on mine right now. They all went up on me. All went up. It's crazy amount going up. I don't know what the problem is.
Paying for all these damn payouts from all the floods last year and shit like that this spring.
Yeah, it's just it's
That's the
just gotten
problem with
ridiculous.
these big insurance companies. You know, you're stuck in certain states, and since they're national, something we're sitting there paying for something that happened in damn California or North Carolina and stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that it isn't terrible, but you know,
Well,
but
the
we do
thing
choose where we
is,
live a lot of times.
and what it is the insurance companies.
Greedy.
Well, they's like, hey, we want a profit, not run over it. We want to profit 10 billion a quarter.
Yeah.
And then we got to pay out 2 billion this quarter. No, we're just going to charge them even more.
But the problem
And then
is people aren't
they don't.
going to start getting it.
Yeah, and then they ain't gonna lower it back down after they collect it that quarter. They're like, "Well, hell,
Yeah.
now we need to just keep making 12 billion a quarter." And it happens again. They do it again. You know.
Well, see, that's my problem with government and taxes, man. It's like once they take it, they don't ever give it.
Mm-mm.
It's not like you're
Oh
going to get it back.
no, no. You know, I've never seen them say, "Well, yeah, it's paid off." You know.
But it is happening here in Kentucky right now. Surprisingly enough, well, Kentucky's trying to get rid of the income tax, so we're going down another 0.5% this year. So we'll be at 3.5% starting January.
On the income tax.
Oh yeah, keep it going.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah, and just in case they're listening, Andy Bashir, good job on that one thing.
Yeah,
I think it's actually legislature done it, not him. So
yeah. I think he's gonna run for president in 28. You know, it might be wild. We might have 2 Kentucky people running for president on the 28 ballots. You know
who's the other one?
that?
Walter Jeffries.
No. Um, damn it, I can't even think of his name right now.
Rand Paul.
No.
I was about to say, why would he run against I mean, we would have a Republican primary. So,
No.
because Sean, JD Vance to be part of it.
Yeah, that's who it is. That's who it is. God
Oh,
damn. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, damn, my
what
memory's
was he
bad
born
right
in
now.
Kentucky? I thought he's from Southern Ohio.
No, they was born in Kentucky and then
Oh, then they
moved up
moved
southern.
across the river, which I
Yeah.
mean, that part of Ohio, I mean, it just well be part of northern Kentucky.
Yeah. I've been up there at Portsmouth and everything. That's where it truck I got come out of Portsmouth, Ohio. Then that van I got come out of right around Cincinnati from Buffalo Bill's house. You
All
walk
right.
in yeah, I went up here to Cincinnati. It was when you was up there in Lexington. Remember when I come up there and stayed the night because it was so late and I was dragging that van back with the truck. And
Can't remember.
as soon as you walk in this dude's house, he had like a big hole in his floor. It went down to a cellar. It was like just a black hole.
All right.
I was like, this son of a bitch gonna throw me in this damn hole. I was scared to death, but he was like, come on in there and sign this title. And I'm like, I ain't ever coming out of this house. Picking up a damn van with purple tinted windows in some weird ass neighborhood, like, middle class neighborhood, like where you find people that's been kidnapped for 20 years, that type of neighborhood.
Mm.
But no, I didn't get kidnapped, obviously.
It can get pretty rough up there. Well,
Yeah.
remember my buddy Zach from school,
Yeah.
classes, Boy Scout, whatever.
Hmm.
Uh, him and a guy that he was working with, he was working at a B Dubs at the time. He's working with a guy and he's a cook there, and they go out back and be smoking weed all the time on their break. And Zach just asked the guy, he's known him for a few weeks, be like, hey, where I can get some weed? And he said, yeah, we'll go get some. He took him down Covington, which is kind of a rough area. And the guy went up to these 2 teenage boys, about 15, 16 years old, and said, yeah, we got you. Come on, follow us. Turned around the alley and then pulled guns on them. And they just took off running. And it was cold as shit. They said it was cold, been snowing. He was scared to death, and they was all running away because all his friends said was just run. And oh my God, running. They shooting at him. And then little puffs of snow popping up from what he said. And he just kept on running. He didn't ever look back. Finally, he just got so worn out, couldn't run anymore, didn't know where he's at, middle of fucking Covington, pretty rough neighborhood. And, if you've ever seen him before, he looks like a little nerdy guy, he kind of built, but that was young Zach. He had glasses, this nerdy looking white kid in the middle of a very predominantly African American.
Yeah, anything where it's Covington, Rosa Parks, or Martin Luther
Yeah,
King,
yeah.
you better
Yeah,
lock your
that's what
doors.
I actually think it's right off Martin Luther King Boulevard. But anyway, the guy that he was with actually got fucking shot. No shit. Shot him in the fucking stomach. Zach had to actually go to the police station and identify the suspects, like line up. And that's how he knew they was only 15 or 16. He said they looked like they was in their early 20s, but they was 15, 16 years old. And they even showed him the guns that they pulled from them and asked if that was the guns that was used. And he said one of them was like a 22 revolver, like that Harrington Richardson dad has. And instead of a handle, it had a big Sharpie marker shoved into it, like one of those big Mark Slot markers. That was the handle. Crazy, man. Or the grip, I'm sorry. Fucking gun nuts out there. Like, I ain't got damn handle, that's a goddamn grip.
If you're on YouTube, somebody correct you.
Fuck them.
You got to use scientific names.
I'm sure the first minute and a half or a few milliseconds of this streaming thing that they figured out that through our accent and a whole lot of science wasn't going to be fucking happening. I don't think they didn't sit here and say, I believe this is going to turn into a very intellectual conversation the first 5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, if they listen to this, hell, it's about like getting a diploma from Cambridge or something.
Well, I mean, in all reality, though, some people misinterpret us as like, kind of silly, stupid people. And I'm not saying I'm smart. However, we are fucking geniuses compared to some of the people that I know that you've interacted with and I've interacted with.
Oh, yeah. You'll be surprised. Like, you really think people are smarter than what they are? And then I meet these people and I'm like, how have they made it through life this far? Like, and not just walked out in front of traffic and got killed, or put damn air duster in a microwave and watch it blow up in their face or something crazy like that.
And I think a lot of them do. It may be a slow death in a lot of ways. But did you ever watch Idiocracy?
Yeah, I've watched it.
Oh, yeah. Shut up, I'm baiting.
Yeah, some of them people ain't far off from that, really, And I'm like,
oh man.
I was trying to figure out, hell, if it got some people I know just sit out here. Hey, you just act normal. We're getting some fill-ins. Oh, y'all just act normal. And they just recorded a damn movie.
You got to get B-roll. What's that? Oh, just don't worry about it. Just fuck it. Oh, no, man. No, I got the wife a metal detector for Christmas. That's what she wanted. And I ordered it here because, we talked about that. I wanted to go metal detecting Smoky Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even open it up. I was kind of wanting to open it up and look at it and try to figure out how to work it. And I hadn't broke the seal on it because she hadn't opened it yet.
I'd open that motherfucker.
I know. I'm going to get it because, I mean, hell, I can't be there right in the middle of damn Smokies being like, fucking work this damn thing.
Yeah, what have you got to charge it for 24 hours for the first use or something crazy?
Yeah, I think it's a couple of 9-volt batteries, man.
Well, goddamn, we gonna pretend like it's that way you'll open it tonight.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll make her feel really bad for it. Like, you don't care what I got you. You begged for this. Haven't even played with her. Nothing, make me feel. Man, all those years learning from mom, I can throw that fucking guilt
Mm.
out and
Oh, I know.
flat there on like icing on the fucking cake, you know.
Yeah, we are good. We are some guilt trip ass people,
Hell, I
you
know.
know.
So,
Sometimes do it, don't even realize it, but like, damn, I was just fucking
yeah.
around with somebody, and then they're like over about to cry or something, feeling bad. I'm like, I was just
And the
fucking with
damnedest
you.
thing is you get all that sympathy, and honestly, we're the type of people in the world that they say deserves the least sympathy. You know what? Two middle-aged white Protestant men and get all these people to feel sympathy for. Why did you do that? I guess I really have to. Well, sitting there plucking those heartstrings.
I know, with our privilege cards we got in our
Right.
wallets. We ain't supposed to talk about. The cat's out of the bag.
God. Well, my privilege actually donated $6 today. Uh, I went to the bank and was getting out some money. I was in line. I hadn't even got to the window yet. And that woman that walks around town all the time, she all the way up there on Concord at the dope house and shit like
Yeah.
that. You know, ass as wide as the road.
I
You've
know you're talking
seen
about.
hell, yeah, I just need $6. And so, all right, let me see. And then, so I'm gonna pull up here. And hell, she's standing in the rain. So I was counting some money out of my wallet that I already had a little cash from. I just didn't have enough to take vacation with me. I got $6, gave her $6. And my God, the sewer gas that is coming off of that fucking woman, whatever kind of aroma it was, um, it stayed around. Like she left and it kind of just rolled around that side of the truck. Like I don't even know what it is. That like the smell of dope sick?
Oh, I don't know. You know, she just had $80,000, don't you?
She went through it pretty fucking quick, then, didn't she? Who the fuck is it?
Yeah, she got $80,000 like end of July, 1st of August.
For what?
Out there on Concord, remember out there when them dogs attacked out there on Concord Road? Remember you
Yeah,
went out there and them
yeah.
dogs attacked her walking,
No shit.
and insurance give her $80,000. And she bought a car, spent the rest of the money, just my bullshit car. And then now she's done sold her car and she's back walking where she's at before she made $80,000.
God damn. $80,000. She just burned through it.
Yeah, she walks by my house 5 times a day out here. She'll catch a ride or walk all the way to town, get somebody to bring her back out here and walk all the way back. It is like the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
How the fuck she blow 80? And that's a lot. That's a lot of fucking dope, man.
Well, I'm sure she probably give a lot of it away to people.
Nickel and dimed it. No.
You know, somebody like it, everybody wants to
Looking,
be your buddy.
yeah, probably never had friends before. Never had really anybody give a shit before.
Letting people borrow $5,000 at a time.
Gone. Yeah.
Pay probably $10,000 for that $1,500 car type stuff. You know what I mean?
So those dogs fucked her up then, didn't they?
She looks same she always did.
And yeah, they killed those dogs.
Yeah.
Who
Well,
killed them? Was it the cops that done it?
cops that killed him probably.
Hell, it had to take them 10, 15 minutes to get out there. They just sit there, pulled up, and
Mm.
just kill them out in the yard.
I guess, or the neighbor did or something. It was something like that.
Mm, that's wild shit. See, that's what surprises me is, you'll see all this news and shit on Facebook, whether it be through, our local community's hip thing or whatever, or the radio station put out some news. But they'll put out all this stuff. Oh, this man got arrested here. They had 3 grams of marijuana on him, and he was reckless driving. But they don't actually put like stuff that you'd expect to see on. So, like as much stuff that goes around. I mean, yeah, I don't think it's. I just think our news here and around the community is very limited. We don't get a lot of actually what happens around here.
Well, I think we get what
They want
gonna
it to happen.
make. Yeah. Well, they want to talk about what this politician did or what that politician's gonna do, type shit. You know what I mean? And I ain't saying that's wrong either. But
Well, they don't do it in our community.
no, well, like I guess if you read the like local paper or something, or Facebook, I see little
Probably
shit.
not. I don't see a whole lot talking about what the fiscal
Well,
the city's doing.
no, but when they do, that's when they do post something, that's what they post, type shit. You know what
Oh
I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, exactly what they want the community to see.
Yeah, I'm not saying they post much, but when they do, that's what it is. Or you can't burn, or you can burn.
Yeah,
They posted them dogs, dude throwing them dogs over there. Well, that was good. They posted that. But,
yeah.
they should have posted like a dog attack. That would have been something to post.
Some
You know,
more details about. I like the idea of library expansion. I don't see a problem with that.
yeah, if the library expansion is good, if they're going to do some more programs for the youth, to where like through the summer and things like that. I ain't saying like they need to have it for like babysitting age kids for free babysitting type stuff. But, a kid over the age of about 10, can drop him off and they do different things up there. Whether it's, all educational based, you know what I mean? Would be good, 2 or 3 hours. Uh, for him, it's like Gabe, we're paying for him to go as homeschool. It'd be good if there was a couple of programs up there he could go a couple times a week to have some good socialization with some kids.
Yeah,
And sometimes they do like where they go in there and they all play video games or something. And I guess like competitions or something where like they might play Halo and they each try to kill whoever's the
biggest
winner
thing
or
is get
something.
them interacting with each other because I mean, yeah, I mean even if they are playing video games, which is fine, but I can say the biggest problem with kids anymore is that they're playing all these video games and they're not like interacting with anybody except over like this, like me and you talking digitally, which is good, but in video games they're not getting any kind of real world like just experiencing outside of a dark room.
Yeah. And kids need to have some stuff
Yeah,
like that.
well,
It's good for them.
yeah, because when you don't get out in the world, I think you lose a lot of perception. Perception is pretty valuable to in survival. It's how somebody comes across, what kind of manners you got to have, what kind of manners you don't need to have, and being able to read body language, being able to, well, hell, just like that woman, being able to, oof, that's a rough smell. Bless her heart. But
Hmm.
it gives you appreciation of yourself, and it also humbles you in some ways. You know, you get in a room full of people, you kind of realize that you ain't the center of attention no more.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
it is good, and for a lot of things like it. Plus, meeting people because you got to think, kids we know,
yeah,
might be and you get in business, it's like, oh well, I know him, I remember him. No networking, marketing, whatever I guess you call it,
yeah, it helps.
for the future. Versus damn, if you don't know nobody, nobody knows you, don't know shit. And I ain't saying that's necessarily bad either, but
Makes it a lot easier.
I guess I'm still in the time of where, grew up knowing people. So when you go out, you know people.
Yeah. Well, a small town like this, it is important. I mean, that's one of the benefits of a small town like this is if you can get to know your community and be a part of it. And you can go places where people know your name. Hell, they made a whole damn TV show about it in the '80s. It's just how it
Yep.
happened to have a bar.
Yep.
To a place everybody knows your name, you feel comfortable, and you got a support structure that is something other than federal government. Um, Now, would they pay you out Social Security? No, but if you really needed something around here, hell, if you didn't know nobody, kind of tough. I imagine.
Yeah.
Somebody can come
Yeah.
here completely alone, no family or anything, move to a town like this, work hard and get to know people, and they'd be all right in a lot of ways if they got in a pretty tough spot. May not get their bills paid, but I don't think most of the time people would go hungry or something like that just because they got a little sick.
Yeah. Yeah. It helps out, and you'll be surprised, like Day, victims. I hate evicting people, I'd rather somebody just move, if you ain't gonna pay me, find another place to move, or if you know you ain't got nowhere to go, pay the rent. Especially drop. They had 4 checks in this. One person's check out of 4 checks in this household would pay the rent twice. And then they got 3 more checks coming in. Well, they just quit paying the rent. And then hell, they got a victim.
Have you thought that they might be cash advancing those checks?
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
All of them getting it early and taxing their ass on it.
No, what I'm tell you, there's 2 things that I think's going on. I think they got in doing some shit because once this one car started showing up there every day, the money quit coming in. And I think they was waiting to try to get some free money from the government because they kept thinking and saying, oh, we'll get some funding for this rent. And then they found out there wasn't no funding. But then, social services helped them get a place, all them girls chipped in to get them, rent them something. Because they tried to pay me, but they was only gonna pay me like a fifth of what they back owed me or a fourth of what they owed me. And I'm like, hell, I ain't gonna do that. Because they ain't gonna pay next month. I'll let somebody else deal with it. So I think they chipped in that money and made them sign access to their checks so they can get their money back, and kind of put them on a budget.
Mm.
Uh, but if they would have come to me last month and had that without letting me get 2 months behind plus court costs and all that, we may have could have talked, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but now, hell, they ain't got no car. They're 5-minute walk to the damn gas station where they's at. Now they're living in Dunmore with no car, no nothing. So how the hell is that gonna work? They just screwed the shit out of themselves.
Is that where they got evicted to?
That's where the social services moved them on a place they could find because
Oh, so your eviction already went through.
today was day 7. Like I was getting the sheriff to come set them out,
So they're
and if
37 days since the eviction.
oh, they've had a 30-day notice, 2 weeks waiting to court for the court to happen, so that's 45, and then 7 days, so they've had 52 days.
Huh.
Plus, I waited 9 days after the rent was due to give them the notice, and I told them I was going to bring them a notice to think about if they was going to pay or not. So before I brought them the notice, I waited to the 9th. you know. So I was like, damn. But see, they had two places rented, and so they missed 3 months on the other place. So,
Is
because
is
it's
that
like,
why they moved in with you? Is they was 3 months behind on their last place?
no, they had two places rented from me side by side because it was like 15 of them.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and it was all like husband, wife, stepkids, mothers, aunts, girlfriends, all their kids type shit. It was like a
So they're
pack
just
of people,
literally all in there,
a pack.
open up and fuck it.
Yeah. And the damn thing is the damn girl kept running off, getting pregnant, coming back and bringing kids back. So like, wasn't even, I guess not even screwing the damn,
I mean, they all had to be
giving-
getting checks in.
oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. They all do. There was 4 checks in there,
Kind of
plus
dope.
food stamp. I don't know. Don't know.
Just on anything, probably.
Probably. Probably. But there was kind of had problems because that boy wasn't right, and he couldn't talk very good, and he was kind of silly, and he was like, they would stay up all night, and they'd walk between mobile homes. He would at night, you know what I mean? And so it kind of creeped people out, especially women. Like, hey, what's this dude like walking out by my window at night?
People,
But once they seen he wasn't right, they didn't really like it. Wasn't like okay,
oh,
you know what I mean?
you
But you
you go
still
ahead
don't
and be.
know. Well, like they seemed like it wasn't like, he knew what he was doing, but not as like somebody that's full cognitive, walking by, you know what I mean? Just and it wasn't that he was really peeping, it was just kind of random shit. Like he had 2 of them kids in the dumpster. One of them could barely walk, it was so young, still in diapers, naked in the dumpster with the little brother that was just a little bit older, probably like you're talking a 1-year-old kid, 8-month-old kid, something like that, and like a 2-year-old kid
So he
naked.
put them in the dumpster to like retrieve something.
He was in there with them and then left them in there to take what he'd got back, and they was just still in the dumpster, and then he was gone and then come back. I guess he got doing something else. And the neighbors had to take these kids out of the dumpster naked, like naked in the dumpster
Yeah.
down there. And they're like, what the hell do we do? You know what I mean? Because there's 2 cousins sat that live beside each other. Like, what do we do? You know what I mean? Do we call? Do we what? And they didn't know really what to do, because it's like, and I know people say, well, you ought to call. And well, yeah, you ought to, but you get in that situation where it's kind of odd like that. You can cause a big ruckus, and then the damn police and social services come up there. And, oh, well, just don't worry about it because a lot of times they protect the people that don't need the protection. Like that's the people that you need to take the kids from, or
Yeah.
that's the damn dealer, that's the criminal. But y'all are protecting the wrong people, you know. So, once you encounter that so many times, hell, who wants to call, And then you look like an asshole, and they treat you like the asshole when you thought you was doing right. So look what it is.
Yeah.
But it's a shit like that all the time. That ain't like the only time. You know what I mean? All thing I can say is I hope, they're not living very close to 431
Yeah.
because they don't watch them kids. That's the only thing up there. I know on 79, but it's still a pretty good distance from 79 where they's at.
So they're moving them to a different county.
No, Dunmore. It's still Logan County side
Still
of
Logan
Dunmore.
County. Oh. Huh.
So
Oh, that's fun.
I'm glad to
Um,
go.
well, on a lighter note, so I'm gonna have my truck paid off in December next year. Think about putting a tune on it, man.
Well, you can.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of them are just plug and play, and all it does is from what I've read about this one I've looked at, they say it makes it better. I mean, it just you get better fuel economy, better shifting. It's easier on the truck. It's actually better than the stock tune.
Well,
And it's not too much. It's not going to tear the shit up. At least you hope it doesn't. But it's a good reputable place, and I mean, hell, my warranty be up. So
yeah, warranty's up bucket.
yeah, I mean, that's the only reason I wouldn't do it now. I got some warranty work to do already. I mean, it's not warranty, but it's recall work.
Yeah, and they'll shut you
Knock on
down on
wood.
that.
Uh,
Yeah, and they won't fuck with you on that if it's
it depends.
ultra.
Well, it depends on what it is. Um, there's things you're messing with the drivetrain and the power, power drivetrain, whatever. So if I have warranty work on a damn fucking headlight or something like that failed that was under my extended warranty, well, that doesn't have nothing to do with it. It's not like when I put that little sub in there. Well, I hooked it up to radio and stuff, and even then, like sometimes they've had to upload new firmware and stuff like that to my my unit, my head unit. I didn't say anything about it. Didn't unhook it, and they inspected my battery for that recall. They didn't say anything about it or worry about it.
Yeah, that's all right.
So, but I'm not going to do that with the tune, though. It'd be my luck, fucking yeah.
Well, I got a tune on my truck. It's 50 horsepower.
Yeah.
I don't know what's on there,
See,
but
mine be about the same. Be about 50 horsepower. You would
I,
notice it on that little truck.
I've got to get my truck worked on. It's giving me some problems. I dread it.
Wrong with it?
Well, if you floor it all the way, it like it cuts off and then it turns everything back down to idle. And it's like, holy shit, what happened? I get the battery light keeps coming on, and then there's something going on with the injector on a cylinder too. And on my truck, the fuel pump on that year is bad. It's a bad fuel pump, and they want to go in and do this where they change it to the older model fuel pump or some shit like that. Cause it's better. Uh, it's about $4,000 to fix that, but I don't know if that's gonna fix my other issues or fix any of the damn issues. But they said it's about 4 to 5 grand to do it now, or about 10 grand if it grenades. So I'm like, well, I need to get that done, and then let me see why that charge light comes on when I'm towing. And that might have something to do with if you floor it, which I don't ever really floor my truck, but I did, you know, uh, pull out and then I floored it, goes pulling out in the traffic and it done that. And then, I had to give it back gas. As long as I didn't floor it, it was fine. But if you just get and I ain't saying like it's got to be all the way, but just a certain point, it restarts itself, like just cuts it like you just freshly started the truck and it's sitting there at idle.
Yeah,
It's
like
crazy.
puts you in limp mode.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It's like so. Have you pulled in codes from it? You just know the lights that it's shown,
Yeah.
but you said something about an injector.
Yeah, they did pull a code on it and it said something about injector. But then that was before the charging. And the charging only comes on every once in a while.
How old's your battery?
They're brand new. Both of them.
got two. So you got two batteries.
Mm-hmm.
Is that OEM? Did it originally have two batteries?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Alternator original to the truck.
Mm-hmm.
What year make model is it?
2015.
Chevy
So
3500.
yeah, it's about 10 years old.
Alternator
I just,
might not be big enough for what you're doing, or it might got a little weak or something like that. Because it's real easy to check though.
yeah, that's the thing. I wish I could take that Billy and let him work on it, but the only problem is you can't schedule an appointment with him. He wants you to drop it off, and I'm okay with that to an extent, but I don't want to drop it off and it's going to be 2 months before you work on it. Like,
You know.
I wish he could just be like, if you drop it off next week, I'm going to work on it next week. Have it out here Sunday night at the latest, and I'll work on it next week. And even if it's Thursday or Friday when you work on it and get it done, that's fine. I just don't like to drop it off and I'll get to it. And then you drop it off, and then it's November before you get to it, and you drop it off in July, and it's like, holy shit. You know what I mean?
He always got Dan's stuff done pretty quick though.
Yeah, but that's simpler stuff.
Well, the alternator thing, the battery thing, we can check it pretty easily. You just take a meter and just see how much voltage your fucking alternator's putting through your batteries. And I mean, if it
Yeah.
ain't, if it, it's probably checking to make sure that you got enough voltage going through them to consistently charge them. So if that battery thing's only coming on when you do that, it's probably because you're really might be pushing your electrical system, and it probably is metering how much your alternator is putting out anyway. So it pulls that voltage. So it's probably sensing, oh, alternators have trouble keeping up, make the light come off on just for a
Yeah.
second. And then once you let off of it, because you got to think that's, your fuel pump's putting in, it's taking in more voltage. It's calling for more fuel. Your injector's calling for more fuel. It's all electronic. So it's not like it used to be. Man, when you press the gas in your vehicle now, it takes a lot more electrical energy than it used to.
Yeah.
So if you
And
got a
that's
weak
what I'm hoping.
alternator, and even it may not even be that weak. It may be just starting to show signs of a little weakness, and hell, it could be fine for a while. It's just when you get up on it or something, especially if you got a trailer, you got a couple phones charging, devices and shit like that. Got your lights on, air conditioner full fucking throttle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. And I know another guy that works on diesel trucks. I've never had him work on anything, but he works for a company. They got a brand new service truck, keep him in all the time. So I'm like, damn, must be pretty good. Works on equipment. He seems like he knows. But I guess, my thing, I'm in a tough spot because I don't know if there's very many people better than Billy working on a damn diesel. If I had a Ford, he'd be quicker. He don't like them Chevrolets. It's a problem.
Or if you don't like anything,
Yeah, he likes Ford better though.
yeah, I mean, he'll still say it ain't worth fuck.
Yeah,
Brand new off the lot, jump.
and then and
Nice jump.
I just worry about taking it and then somebody tearing it apart, not getting it right, and then you got a fucking mess on your hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, you work on that truck, man. Right now, I suggest next time you get a truck, even though I know you hate a payment, if I was you, write that motherfucker off as much as you can, and you lease a motherfucker.
Yeah,
You
I
beat the
think.
total dog fuck out of it, whatever you got to do, and then next year you flip around and get another one.
Well, I'm thinking about just buying a brand new, just going and buying brand new, pay it for 5 years and it'd be paid off.
High interest rates right now.
But I'm thinking if I went and bought me a 2500 diesel, 4-wheel drive, AT4. Come on, buy one. We'll get the best one. Short bed, 4-door, 4-wheel drive. And then I could afford to park my one truck to get it worked on. And all right. But then hell, who wants to pay damn probably $1,700 a month for the next 5 years? That's a lot of money. And, I ain't got that kind of money to spend.
Sorry, I'm sending a text out. Um, oh, what's her name asked me if I needed Bobby to go and check it out, the roof. Nah, I appreciate it. I have someone scheduled. I'll let the tenant know when they come. So
It's good. It's good.
keep that relationship minimal and cordial. Which I don't have a problem with, but still, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I was thinking about driving by there in the morning, but hell, I don't want to start that day off like that. I appreciate you sending me Louise's number. I hope we get that taken care of.
Yeah,
Um,
when's
if
it?
I don't know. He just that's all Louise said. So I see. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, hell, I don't expect him to go out there tonight. I don't expect him to go out there until it really stops raining.
Nah, he won't go out there tonight. I'm sure. If it
Oh
ain't
hell!
raining,
But
he'll probably ride out there tomorrow.
yeah, just to let you know if you need anything or something like that, you mind hooking them up, and then I'll pay you back whatever you need as far as materials or anything like that goes. Or
Yeah,
unless
that's fine.
does he take care of all that and just tell me what it cost afterwards?
Yeah, probably or all. Well, we'll get. Well, a lot of times I always buy the shit. I don't know what he does with everybody else.
Okay, all right, but just whatever, just open up PO whatever you need to do, and I got you. Okay.
Yeah, it ain't supposed to rain tomorrow, so that's
Yeah.
good.
I'll be following the rain all the way to the mountains,
Yeah, it
but
will.
it's supposed to clear up there by the time we get there. So,
Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
well, I think it's getting close to my time, man.
Well, I'll at you later.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, anybody watch this shit?
Not really. I've seen it flicking a little bit where somebody's got on and off, but they
Oh,
say really people watch it later. Uh, but this right here, I ain't really worried if anybody watches this one. I'm more or less
trying
trying
to
to
figure
figure
out.
out. Yeah, because then what we'll do, like, we'll have to start doing like topics, and then we'll have topics we'll discuss,
Well,
and then
no,
then we'll try to get it shared out to people to get on there and watch and join in the Because say I can put 10 people on this little panel with us, so it'll be 10 of us talking on here, and I can mute different ones. So like, what we'll have is discussions and debates, and I'll get like hopefully 10 people, but it might be like 3, 4, 5, and then like, whatever our debate is,
you
you
just have to
know,
moderate.
yeah, like you'll debate it, your point, other person debate their point, and y'all probably have different opinions, might have same opinions, maybe whatever it is. And, and I'll moderate it or other people will moderate it. And, just get our talking points out there and try not to do like the damn news where everybody's shouting over each other. I don't do no good because then I just mute whoever.
Uh,
And
well, few things I suggest help you out and get you set up. Buying a set of microphones wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah.
They're cheap as shit on Amazon. You can probably get one for, you can probably get one for $10. You could buy you a mic and headphone kit and stuff to get you started for about $50. And then I would suggest getting you a stand for your phone. I got a little tripod that is flexible. All I did was drag the chair over here and tie it to the chair, basically. Because how you want your camera set up is you want it kind of above you a little bit, kind of pointing down on you. Because you don't want to be like, all right, God damn it.
Yeah.
So that helps. Your light in the background. So I have a light, and it's just my light that I keep outside. But I'm turned a certain way because if I turn this way, see how that light it's just glaring. Um, I got another light over here that's smaller. Oh, yeah. Where'd you go? There you go. I got another light on my table that just, sits there, but it's putting that light in front of you, not behind you. And that's why I had
Yeah.
it pointed this way, is just to avoid glare. That helps your
Yeah.
phone get the camera better and stuff.
Well, so that building up in my yard,
Yeah.
they're supposed to come move it down here by my house where I can pick up my internet router and then say I'm gonna set that little thing up.
Yeah.
It's
And,
got heat in
and
it, it's got air conditioner in it.
I don't have anything on my wall, but I mean, you put some stuff up there that catches somebody's eye, give them a little room to look or whatever.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of somebody named Gypsy Crusader? See, he puts a big swastika right behind him. Now, you probably shouldn't go that route, but boy, does it capture an audience.
Oh, I bet it does.
Yeah, yeah. Or it'll be folded right there, and a certain member of a certain community will get on his channel, and he'll you should look him up. It's awful,
I'm
but
gonna
yet
get on there and check it out.
awfully funny as well.
I'm
Uh,
gonna go on there and check him out and see.
well, he's banned from all these social media platforms.
Well, see, now I'm gonna tell you on here when you're talking on these panels,
Yeah,
there is certain things you gotta watch because they will knock you off YouTube.
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
like you.
can you cuss and say stuff like that though?
Well, I think you can, but at the same time, on these panels, these other people, the moderators will say, "Hey, don't be cussing, like saying that word, like when they're saying the F words and stuff."
Oh,
Now, I don't
oh,
know if
that's
it's just
right.
their rules or not, but now Hler, now I ain't saying the name because if you say
Oh
that
yeah,
name, like that's, and then what happened in 2020, that shit, you can't really
really?
talk about that. Yeah. And it's like makes you wonder why they not want you to talk about this stuff. Because you would think like, you
You think
know,
it's more of a global like communications issue? Like, meaning, all right, well, a lot of stuff we know what happens here, but a lot of other stuff in other countries, like, all right, so for the person that you was talking about earlier, um, in most Western European countries, like, yeah, you can't. It is by law that you can't discuss and talk or show imagery or anything. Um, it's against law. Here in America, I mean, it's not. You can. You drive down the street. Um, but it seems like it's being curtailed. Now,
Well,
why that would be for the stuff that happened in 2020, you
well,
know?
I'm just, you got to wonder if we're not been lied to about everything and we're so far apart and separated. And so, them other countries that are so close, they don't have free speech and they take you to jail or arrest you for saying so you can't ever get a message out without being, put up somehow. And we're so far away, so we're able to say something like we got some freedoms. And then, enough time has passed where people that don't know, and I ain't saying just that, but I'm just talking about in general of what's really happened in the world where they keep you from saying or talking or telling about it, that it gets lost. And then we're sitting here with a false history and don't really know, you know. And some of it, you take like these buildings and stuff around here, like, you just go downtown Russellville, look at them old buildings. How long have they been there? Who built them? Uh, every old picture you see, they're still there. And it's like, well, hell, 100 years ago, you look at an old picture and they're still there. Who put them
So,
there?
starting to get into a type of conversation that I'd like to really dive deep on. And so, I'll say this: have you ever watched Star Trek? I know you have, like Next
Yeah,
Generation stuff.
yeah.
All
Everybody
right,
watched Star Trek, but lied
everybody
about it and
watch
went to
Star Trek.
school.
All right, so you know Spock, right?
Yeah,
Here, Spock, Vulcan.
yeah.
All right, so in his homeworld, why they're like all super, like, super smart, no emotion and stuff like that, is because they used to be a very emotional people. They were a very emotional civilization, and they basically warred with each other, and they basically destroyed their planet for the most part. Basically, back took themselves back to the Stone Age. You know, that's how much it massacred their civilization of the infighting. So their world basically restarted. At least their civilization did. Now, as old as this world is, and who knows? I mean, so far science has been wrong about a lot more that me and you grew up with, as far as them saying this is it, this is how old it is, and it wasn't that 4,000 year old bullshit. Like, well, not saying it's bullshit, but the way the more religious people believe, it was hundreds of millions or whatever years old. Some crazy age that you can't even think of. But how they know? It's not even close.
Well, the
How,
thing is this,
why couldn't it be that humans have started over and over and over again? Who says that there wasn't like a huge amount of technology on this earth that was just rotted out and destroyed? And what if it happened more than once? Hell, you look at a piece of metal sitting in that damn chicken plant that I work in, see how quick it'll corrode and turn into dust. Why is it so distant from it happening here?
well, I was watching this one thing and I can't remember the podcast, and that dude had sent dinosaur bones off to get them aged. And they was only a few thousand years old, and he'd sent them to two different places, and they both had the same thing, a few thousand years old on the carbon dating. And he told him, he said, well, hell, that's dinosaur bones. They said, well, you should have told us that. Them are millions of years old. So it's like, okay, so they only read millions when you know they're dinosaur bones. Like, I don't think and I ain't super religious, but I don't think the world is as old as they say it is. Or, and I think, and I do kind of got the conspiracy that they have bumped us up in time. Like, I think there's a couple thousand years they've rode off in our history. I could be wrong, but I really do kind of think it. Uh, and I think that, they've reset us a few times because I mean, you take like certain things can happen, kill off some populations, shuffle some people around, restart a few, just with kids,
Well, it's
tell
been
them
there
what you
before.
want to tell them. Yeah.
It's happened
Uh,
before. Have you ever watched a few videos about the collapse of the Bronze Age? So the Bronze Age is basically when, it was. You ever play Age of Empires? Remember Age of Empires?
mm-hmm.
All right. What you had the Stone Age, you had the Bronze Age, Iron Age, and Imperial Age, something like that, right?
Yeah.
All right. Bronze Age. Well, that's when a lot of those empires in the Middle East that you always hear about were like just the bee's knees. Babylon, Egypt, and other little empires in Mesopotamia and the Levant area, and well, it collapsed. Like, it didn't happen overnight, but it happened, 100 years or so, from what I understand. And like, it basically just crumbled these civilizations that were damn advanced. I mean, one of them was Egypt, and they was the last ones to fall. But during that time, the Library of Alexander was burned to the ground. So much information in that one place burned to the ground, and how much history was lost during the collapse of that era because people went stupid for a long time after that. It's kind of like when Rome fell. It was a few hundred years after Rome fell, and you had people walking beside Roman ruins. And these are now dark age people, and they're looking up at them like, what kind of giants or gods built this? And it wasn't that long ago. It's a couple hundred years. We don't ask who was George Washington. They just didn't fucking know. Went from a reading, writing, bathing, plumbing, sitting civilization to fucking straw floors and dirt huts.
Well, yeah. And then what all's in the Vatican? You know what I mean? Nobody goes in there. You don't know what kind of stuff they got in there.
Yeah. So what they find during the Crusades. Yeah.
So there's a lot.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, there's a
that
lot of
that's what that's
preparation.
what our that's what we'll talk about next time. We'll get deep into that stuff.
We'll get deep into it.
All right. Well, holler at you later.
All right, man. We'll see you.
See.